Welcome to Around the Hearth, a Hearthstone podcast brought to you weekly. Hey guys, and welcome, episode 11 of Around the Hearth. We're a group of guys who met on Reddit, and we're doing great things.
Bonjour. Ça va?
So, I think we should have that squirrel start off with Week in Hearthstone, because I think he's done something pretty cool.
Hey guys, so it's good to be back here on episode 11 and be doing another podcast with you. My week in Hearthstone was good. I spent the week practicing. I had to set my decks. I worked with one of my close friends, Gabriel, who has a really good mind for matchups. And we went through and refined and made my list of decks that I was going to submit to the tournament for the final round. And then we went over matchups. What was the good best matchups? Who should I ban? We kind of just went over all that stuff, and it was great. So I practiced all week with my decks, did a couple of best of fives with a bunch of friends, played a lot of games against Bobson and lost, I think, just about every single one of them. But I went into the tournament feeling good. There are 8 guys that made it to the finals, and let me tell you, all 8 are really, really, really awesome players.
And you beat all of them except one.
It was really good to be in, even consider myself in that group of players in that bracket. So I did get through, and I made it to the finals, and I lost in Game 7 of the finals. We were there for over 6 hours. It was a lot of fun. And it came down to me not having a Frostbolt or an Ice Block in my hand at the very last turn.
Oh, man.
And that cost me the game. But so I came in second place, which I think is awesome. I had a great time, and I'm just really proud of myself. And it was nice to have some friends and family cheering me on. So
yeah, you had the best fans cheering for you.
Yeah, the Around the Hearth fans are the best fans. So once again, thank you everyone for that.
Thank you, New Zealand.
That's right. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So that was my week in Hearthstone. So now I'm going to get to go, and this week I still have a bunch of characters I haven't hit 60 with, and I think that's kind of my goal, to start getting guys up to 60.
Yeah.
Who do you still have?
Because I still want gold cards. Amazingly, my Shaman is only at 56. I refuse to play Shaman in the golden age of Shaman. Rogue I just hit 40 with. I just built a Quest Rogue deck. It's dirty as hell. So I think that's going to be my beginning of the season, next season deck.
A little late to the party, but welcome.
Yeah, and
just in time.
And Priest, believe it or not, is only around 40 also. So those are my least
disappointed
classes, obviously. So I'm gonna try to focus on those next month. The meta stale as all hell, and we can talk about that later. So I think those will be my focus, is just trying to work on leveling up some characters. So Bobson, Bobson, I guess we'll go to you next. What's going on? How was your week?
Well, it's been a very long time of just being stuck in like the rank 2, 3, 4 zone. It's just constant, like, you just hit a wall, fall back down again, and I kind of got bored of that, so decided that I was going to see how high I could get on the other servers. So I've reached Dad Legend on NA.
Yay, Dad Legend!
I'm almost there.
And I'm going to try and get Dad Legend on Asia as well. And my new aim is I'm like just in the process of tweaking the world's most annoying priest deck. Like it's just board clears. Wow. It's just board clears and both Elises. anything wild, like double entomb, double light bomb, double dragonfire potion,
I smell a bully
Pint-
here.
pint size and shadow word horror, cabal shadow priest, potion of madness, organized circle of healing. All of that is in the deck. Like I got a quest rogue to fatigue.
Wow.
I got a quest rogue to fatigue, and it was glorious.
That's incredible.
They'd completed their quest for 15 turns. Didn't die.
That's amazing.
So my goal is to like get this deck to be like the best possible, and then I'll be happy. So I want to see what happens first. I get to 1,000 priest wins, or Squirrel gets to level 60 priest.
I'm putting you at 1,000 wins at a 3-1 odds.
It's likely. I think like my main standard deck is still also is control priest. So once again,
I'll just have to give you the password to my account, and you can just play control priest on my account.
I'm down for that.
You'll dust all my goldens. I don't trust you.
I would never do such a thing. I would dust your gold ire.
But golems, they've been a girl's best friend since 2016.
Every time you played Golden Aya, they'd be like, wow, he's a golden legendary. Every time. Everyone's like, wow.
So, Dubs, what's up with you?
So I have just been destroying everybody with Inner Fire Priest. And let me tell you, it feels great. Yeah, like I played Death Lord, and this guy could have put it down to 2 health, and he let it sit at full health. And I just, a little BM, I was like, thanks. And I made it into a 28, and I killed him. Yeah, it was great.
Very nice.
So yeah, pretty much that's it. I decided to stop being an asshole and playing a bunch of control mage. So I was like, why not play Inner Fire Priest instead? When I get bored, I play Pirate Warrior. So yeah,
I tried playing a Pirate Warrior game for the first time in so long today.
Yeah.
I didn't draw a weapon in 12 cards. And then I decided that was the game telling me to not play Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, I was like 8-0 with Pirate Warrior, and I was like, I feel kind of like a bad person. Maybe I should play some Priest.
It was a great priest deck that I played for a while, and I found it on Hearth, and it was called Asshole Priest. And basically what it was is like a steel priest where you just, thought steal and mind vision that did all these things, and every time that you played one of your opponent's cards, you said thank you. And like, I don't know, it was really funny. It was terrible, but when it worked, oh man, did it feel good. So I might have to play some Asshole Priest again.
See, I feel like my priest deck could have a similar concept. Just every time you clear their board, you just say thank you.
Yes, do it.
Guys, let's say hi to Spidey651. They said hey to us. How you doing, Spidey?
The itsy bitsy spider.
I'm glad you guys have all had a good week and that we all did good. So let's move into a little bit of news. First bit of news.
What a week it's been.
Sorry?
What a week it's been.
Yeah.
The news has just been flying in.
It's been a quiet week in Hearthstone, so the one thing I want to bring up is give a local shout out. So there is a Facebook group that I am a part of and Dubs is a part of now that you can join. It's called Philly Hearthstone Players, and it's meant to basically be focused on people that are local to the Philadelphia area or within a couple of hours, I guess, of the Philadelphia area. Of course, Bobson will always let you in because you're awesome. Everyone needs a token for it. So please, if you're local to the Philadelphia area and you listen to this, obviously not you New Zealanders, even though we love you, please join this Facebook group because the league that I was just in is called Hearth John. John is a Philadelphia slang. It means basically just about anything. I'm not going to go into John now. But it's a fun league, and you need to be in the Philly Hearthstone Players group. That's where they'll be posting information about the next season, which is actually going to be coming pretty soon. Normally there's a lot of time between them. This one's going to be coming soon. It was a really fun league to play in. And the people in it are all really cool. It's a good challenge. And the creator of the league, Adam, he'll be joining us next week as our first special guest to discuss the creation of the league and just a little bit of info about it. And so if you're local, you have to be able to attend the finale, which should be in Philadelphia. So if you're willing to fly out here and you don't live local, then you're welcome to come. But it's a great league, and we'd love to have everyone come participate. So
someone missed out on how you did in the league. So maybe one more time for all our fans. How did you do?
I did get second place in the league. The league had 24 people, and I was second in my bracket, but I made it through the last chance qualifiers all the way through, and I won that bracket, which got me to the finale. I went 4-0 in the first round, 4-2 in the second round, against really good competitors. The second guy I played is actually currently ranked 7 legend. And
he's gone up again.
Yeah, he's gone up again. And then I lost in the finale to a really, really good guy, Matt. He's really, really good. He actually coaches a lot of local Philly people, and it was an amazing series. But my freeze mage just couldn't pull it off at the end, and so I lost 3-2. I'm sorry, 4-3 in the finale.
Yeah, a little
That's
disappointed.
how freeze type mage sometimes goes.
So they want you to play the Lucari Sacrifice deck.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it.
But then he would have won.
The problem is that my freeze mage needed to win that shaman match, and it really should have, and it did. There was no way I was going to beat his control paladin with 2 forbidden healings and a Ragnaros Light Lord. It just wasn't going to happen. Yeah. I might as well have just conceded the game when we started, but I decided to play it out just for shits and giggles. But
I gotta admit, that Control Warrior versus Paladin deck, I was like, oh man, I can't watch this, and I actually turned off this stream for a little bit because I was like, man, this is hurting. And when I came back, you won.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So yeah,
I need to watch this match. Final.
Yeah, that was a great.
Anyone
match.
who wants to check it out, please go to twitch.tv/SirTurtle Gaming. We have the link in the show notes, and you can watch the replay of the entire finale. So good commentating by some local people. So I suggest you all check that out.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start talking about the meta. Or dare I say the lack of the meta, and maybe how it's causing streamers to lose viewers because everyone's bored as hell. I guess that's one way to put it.
It's getting pretty stale. So who was it? It was Hafu who said this. Yeah, like apparently just in general, streamers' viewing figures are starting to go down a little bit. Purely because the meta is settled so much that everyone's just kind of pretty bored of it. Like, people are bored of playing it and bored of watching it.
Yeah.
Like, it surprises me at how, like, it seems really, this one time, it really seems to have gone from, like, stopped evolving to stagnant really fast.
Yeah.
Like I was really digging it until like really recently, and then all of a sudden I'm just like,
KP's asking if we think that Hearthstone is coming to an end. I don't think so. Maybe there's always some lulls.
This happens every expansion.
Yeah, about now.
This happens every single
exact
expansion.
moment. In the expansion,
Hearthstone's definitely not coming to an end. It's getting bigger. They're adding more tournaments. They're doing more things. And yes, there are other competitors, but honestly, having more competition keeps the game healthy. And I think that it actually pushes them to do more stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have to be able to compete. When you don't have competition, you don't have to do anything. You just put out cards and people are going to buy them. But when you have games that are giving you a run for the money, and trust me, none of these other games have any sort of market share even close to what Hearthstone's pulling in, then I just think that it's just healthy to have more competition out there. But you're right. The Hafu posted a lot of graphs of viewership of the big streamers. We're talking Tice, Savitz, Hafu, and all these people, and it's just been a consistent decline in viewership. And these are their jobs. This is what they're making. So if they're making X number of dollars per viewer, and their viewership keeps going down and down and down, their revenue is going down and down and down, and it affects these people's lives in a real way.
Yeah, maybe we should get Tice on the show, get his opinion.
Yeah, we should. But really, what it comes down to is that the idea of adding a few cards halfway through is such a big, huge idea, because we all saw what happened for the one day when they added the Volcanosaur the day before the expansion dropped, or like 2 days before the expansion. It was the Volcanosaur meta. Everyone was freaking nuts about that card.
Everyone was playing Brand Volcanosaur.
So if you just added like a random card every month, 2 cards in the middle, or 2 or just a couple of cards in the middle of the expansion, and just kind of gave them to people, like, here's if you log on this week, you get this new card. It would be so good for the game, and as we can see, one card totally changes a meta.
I'm pretty sure Broad was talking about doing that. They were at least considering the possibility of introducing a few cards here and there to make it not as stale. It's just my opinion.
It's just like when they announced the new expansion, just like release a few teaser cards with it.
I mean, the only issue I have is if they release cards that aren't like impactful to the meta, nothing's gonna happen. It's like, okay, cool, there's some new cards. We'll collect them. Cool. But then again, if they make them too good, they're gonna define the meta. So it's hard to find that balance, where it's
Plus, they don't want to give everyone the good cards for free.
Yeah, it's like like Cthulhu. They gave everyone Cthulhu. It's a great card, but it's not actually. It didn't take over the entire meta. It defined a few decks, but it wasn't like every deck was a Cthulhu deck. If you weren't playing Cthulhu, you lost. But it gave people options, and it made new different archetypes. So if they can do stuff like that without ruining, people like us who like spend a bunch of money collecting all the cards, getting all the good decks, and then now everyone has this great card, and we're like, oh, okay, cool. So it's hard to please everybody.
It would almost be cool if it was like even because honestly, the end of the third month, like we're in month 3 right now. So if we knew something was coming soon, it'd be exciting. But like even like when they make the announcement of the announcement, which we all know is coming soon because they need a month to tease all the cards. If like they released a card that had like one card with a mechanic, like with the Volcanosaur Adapt, everyone wanted to use Adapt because it was just so awesome.
Yeah.
So if like there's a new keyword in Return of the Lich King or whatever the next expansion might be, it would be just amazing if they released one card that had that mechanic, because people would go nuts over it, and we've seen it happen. So and just this last month, like I'm really not looking forward to this next month. Like I said, like this next month, I'm not going to really even be trying. I'm just going to get to Dad Legend and just be playing with decks to get my guys to level 60. Like just
play Stall Priest.
Yeah. Well, I'll have my daughter created a Dragons and Fairies deck this morning. I might just have her play matches for me, because it doesn't matter if I win or lose to get the experience. So I might as well just play Zelda, which I haven't finished yet, and just let my reroll play.
You've had that for so long, man. I'm disappointed.
It has been out for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, on a related note, this was something Crip spoke about recently in a couple of videos. He even mentioned how, in Karazhan meta, when they had those big balance changes where they nerfed spirit cores and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
He said that even just the balance changes were enough to give the game a new lease of life for a couple weeks. So it doesn't even have to be new cards. It can just be change anything, and something fresh will come out of it, at least for some period of time. Like, just some cards being changed now would at least shake things up a bit and be like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is new. Whereas we're just, it's just going to be another month of, these are the 8 decks, play one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most exciting thing I'll have to look forward to next month is when they start releasing cards and getting on this podcast with you and talking about the new cards.
Yeah, that was
That's
my favorite
the
part.
exciting thing that I'll have for the next month.
I loved reviewing cards and having
Yeah.
the completely wrong
I
guesses.
I love pre-release theory craft.
Yeah.
You know, we should actually have maybe next episode to fill some time. We can go back after this episode. We could all kind of listen to like our card prediction episode and
That'd be
see
fun.
like where we totally borfed on all the good cards
I
and
mean, how we
which
missed
ones we got.
Firefly. That's the biggest one. We missed Firefly. We're like, oh, nothing. Fodder. Next. I
Yeah.
think it's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card's great. Yeah.
Crackling Razormaw.
I
At least I got
think
Quest for it,
the
right?
biggest card we missed was that pterodactyl that every time it attacks a hero, adapt. That
Oh, yeah,
card
the
was
bitch
nuts.
sledge. No one knew how powerful that was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, people knew it might have been strong, but people weren't thinking that was going to be like winning games single-handedly.
Yeah.
As a common.
Plus, nobody thought about
Yeah.
innovate that. Just how nuts that is.
I win. Next game. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this next. It's actually a new segment we're doing. It's our wish list for cards. And pretty much
Because we've
on
got-
the spot, we're going to name a card or create a card and just talk about it and I
Oh,
guess
fuck.
argue. So I actually have quite a few cards, and if possible, I'd like it to be themed to the possible new expansion coming out. Return of the Lich King. So I actually have a few. So one of them I came up with a while ago is called Life Forge. It's a warrior epic that when you play it, your health goes to 1, but you gain all that armor. So if you're at 30 health, you go to 1 and gain 29 armor. Now I think this is crazy because if you run it in some sort of Reno style deck or something that can gain you a lot of life, you just doubled your health. Or like stuff that involves, maybe they can incorporate stuff that involves more armor, like if you have 10 or more armor, gain +2/+2 or something like that for minions.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be really cool. Well, I got a lot of feedback from it saying it was too OP, but I don't know.
That sounds like P is balls.
It's really it's really good in a Reno deck. But if not outside of a Reno deck, it's not very good. And then if it's in a Reno deck, it's a one of. I don't
But
know.
even without Reno, just with the existence of Alex Straza, that's fucking nuts.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's a cool card. And
It's cool, but
the
it's
artwork will look like what the
insane.
Death Knights use to do their rune forging. And it'd be badass.
Well, I like it. I think that rogues need a nice weapon.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They have Assassin's Blade.
Or the poison blade, everyone's favorite epic that they get at the end of the month.
Is that a standard card?
No,
No, it's wild.
I think that was I think it rotated out. I think it was.
I was just wondering, like, is it just I haven't seen it in that long that I forgot it exists, or was it actually one?
It never
I
once
think it
saw
rotated
play.
out. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, so terrible.
It pretty much gave people PTSD, not like the good kind, I guess, about what rogues used to be and how much you're missing out. And everyone's like, this card is trash.
Like negative nostalgia.
Yeah.
So remember how much they sucked.
I'd love to see, thinking of Ratchet Lich King in heart, and just coming up off the top of my head, and wanting to give Rogue a weapon. It would be cool if they had some sort of like frozen blade, some sort of blade that had lots of charges on it, and could freeze an enemy, and then, like maybe like it has like 6 charges, and it's like a 1/6. And when you
frost
attack,
poison or something.
Yeah, like it like freezes an enemy when you attack it, and it could be the hero or so it's just an enemy, hero or minion, and at any time you could destroy the blade on your turn to freeze the entire board.
Wow,
So
that'd be pretty
kind
crazy.
of like an ice flurry, you know. I think that would be that's a cool concept because Rogue doesn't have board clears, but if it had something to like stall for a turn,
Yeah.
that would be cool. I mean, imagine equipping that and having that in like Quest Road, for
That'd be cool if
example.
they got like a frost poison.
Yeah, and I think that's a cool idea. Just something that that rogues might use. I don't know. I'm not a card designer. What about you, Bobson? What do you think? What would be a cool Wrath of the Lich King card?
I was thinking of like just it would be like I think it would be like I guess it would have to be like a paladin legendary, which is just actually the Lich King. like a kind of replace your hero with the Lich King type thing. Equip Frostmourne.
Wasn't Arthas a warrior though?
I was thinking about this. I was like, I couldn't remember if he was a paladin or a warrior.
I don't think
Because like
Uther
Uther was his mentor, which made me think that he must be a paladin, right?
I don't know.
Warcraft nerds, tell us what we're talking about. But yeah, I think that would be, or like, well, I guess for the equivalent class, like it would be apt to have like kind of replace your hero with this thing.
Yeah.
And like it'll be equipped Frostmourne, which is like kind of like
kind of okay.
Kind of,
well,
Frostmourne would have to be like some
back from
ridiculous.
the dead, right? So it'd have to have some sort of like when you attack the blade,
No, it would be like when you if this kills a minion at the end of your turn, resurrect that minion on your side.
Ah, right. That would be nasty.
And it would be like really aggressively statted, with like very few charges. Like it would kind of like be similar stats to like Vesuvius's blade, I guess, but not quite as ridiculous.
You could make it like ridiculous, like a 9/2, but and have like this blade cannot receive buffs, so you couldn't upgrade it or whatever, So it only has 2 charges. I don't know. That would be awesome.
Maybe not even 9. Maybe? I don't know, but that would be a cool idea. Yeah. Also, I'd like to see I'd be quite interested to see new Bolvar.
Bolvar the Lich King.
Yeah, Bolvar the Lich King.
That'd be a cool tavern brawl. Arthas versus Bolvar.
Battle of the Lich Kings.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
But what do you want to see in terms of just like general additions to the game?
I want to see. So they said they're not making Death Knights. I want to see either a paladin or a warrior. Maybe it be Frostmourne and Death Rattle become the Lich King or something. I don't know, or Battlecry become the Lich King, and
there'll be a Lich King minion somewhere.
Or like maybe it's like it's the crown. Like it's like maybe they create like an artifact type of card for each class, and paladins or warriors will be like the crown of the Lich King, and like if you play it, if you like maybe like you put it on a minion or something like that, and then they become the Lich King, or your hero becomes the Lich King or something like
that. Yeah, we have a suggestion. Mage weapon, 1 mana 3/3. Whenever you play a secret, gain a charge. Common.
Yep, that's it. That's number 1.
Yep, I mean, Mage needs more good cards.
I don't think it's E-play. It's too slow.
I'd like to see a Mage rare spell, 5 mana, destroy all your opponent's minions and win the game.
Okay.
I think it would see some play in Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like okay.
I think Crip would like it a lot.
I have another card I thought of. I don't know the mana cost for this. Just sacrifice all your minions if a Warlock card and deal X number of damage. I don't know how much it'd be to your opponent for each minion, or deal like 2 or 3 damage to your opponent.
So you could just like use the 6 Lucari sacrifice imps you have on the board.
Yeah.
Sacrifice them. Do 30 damage.
That's right.
I like it. I think that would be my next golden craft. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have the full golden Lucari sacrifice deck.
I couldn't agree more. As I cry over my 6,400 dust.
So, I've got just a few of the goblins versus gnomes legendaries left to get. I was wondering.
I still need Tosh.
What? I crafted Toshli for Arena Mage.
Yeah,
very
I
recently.
was going to, but I ended up crafting a Wicker Flame. Got it right this time. I crafted Wicker Flame for the Control Paladin deck.
Sorry, Wilfred Fizzlebang?
Yeah, I know. I'm not perfect, okay? I might look it, but I'm not.
So let's see if we can get like a public vote on what Goblins vs. Gnomes card I should craft next.
All right. After that, we need to move on to the deck of the week. We got to wrap it up kind of soon. Unfortunately, today's gonna have to be a short show.
So I don't have Malorn, Gazarilla, Flame Leviathan, Volva, Vol'jin, Trade Prince, Neptulon, Iron Juggernaut, and then Blingtron, Torrent Chieftain, Hemet, Gazlo.
You need Blingtron, yes.
Awesome.
That list starts and ends with Blingtron.
Yeah.
What do you use Blingtron with?
You play it, give your opponent
there's
Cursed
obviously
Blade.
brand synergy.
No, you play it, give your opponent Cursed Blade, and you kill them.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you win.
Yep.
Every game.
Yep. Every time.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Like
20% of the time, 100% of the time, you will give him a Cursed Blade.
I've actually played Blingtron and about 2 or 3 times giving him a Cursed Blade. I'm just like, yes, die, and then they're dead.
Finally!
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. I'll craft Blingtron next. It's on the list.
Golden.
When I get my, I can't do golden. I'm not made of dust.
Yeah, we're on a budget. Maybe you could spend some of that prize money and donate him a golden Blingtron.
My prize money is going to the next expansion.
Fair
That's
enough.
where it's going. And the next league.
How are your gold savings looking so far?
I'm about
Haven't spent
3,000. I'm about 3,000 right now.
Got over 6,000.
I'm on 5.
Yeah.
But you play on 3 accounts. You'd probably
I think the other 2 are on about 1,000.
Nice.
Not quite so much.
Yeah,
I haven't played
unfortunately,
Arena in so long.
I took a little bit of a break, so I missed out on quite a few quests. So I gotta keep going.
All right, so Bobson, why don't you bring us into the next segment, which is our deck of the week? Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
This is, I guess, just my section now.
Yep.
I'm the
You're
guy who plays all the weird decks. Okay, so a while back I did speak about Kibler's pay-to-win priest, which I kind of like the early blueprint for what control priest would basically become. Like Mr. Yagut hit Legend with control priest, Tice hit it with control priest, and it's one of those decks which has like, it's mostly cards which are in every variant, and then there's like just a couple tweaks here and there depending on the person who's playing it. Like, so the cards which will always be in control priest are obviously Nautical Cleric, card draw, Potion of Madness, because it's ridiculously powerful, Power Wedge Shield, Radiant Elemental, Shadow at Pain, Shadow at Death, Dragonfire Potion, all as 2-ofs, because those cards are just so good. Oh, and Priest of the Feast, obviously. because those cards are just so good in Priest, and they're the only reason the class is at all good. And then like the differences where and also it has Elise and 2 Shadow Visions, because that combo. Plus Shadow Visions itself is just a ridiculously good card.
Yeah.
And of course Lyra the Sunshard as the extra win games out of nothing condition. And then like where the deck has become really refined, but there's also where it differs quite a lot from the other Priest decks is it always runs Crystalline Oracle as a 2-of. Like, that's one of the core cards as well, just because it gives Priests a 1-drop which they can actually play, and you get like some pretty insane value out of it. Curious Glimmerroot, kind of the same thing, but in the 3-mana slot. And well, I mean, in the current meta, one thing it being so stale is good for is it makes Curious Glimmerroot really easy.
Yeah. There's
because you're just like, oh, net deck. Oh, it's net deck aggro Druid. I wonder if Savage Roar is in their deck. And beating aggro Druid with a Savage Roar, poetic.
It is.
And then this is where. So also one of the core cards, just because of the state of the meta, is like it always runs 2 Dirty Rats, because Dirty Rat is like I think one of the most important cards in this deck.
Yeah.
Because you play against aggro Druid, you play it on turn 2, and just pray that they didn't draw the Hydra.
That's always fun.
But it normally pulls like a Corsair or a Fire Elemental. And you're just like, 2 mana, 2/6 taunt. Have fun with that. It's obviously it's one of the most important cards in the Jade Druid matchup, because this Priest struggles against Jade Druid unless it gets like a good Dirty Rat. Like if you manage to say pull the Jade Behemoth they have in their hand, that really fucks up a Jade Druid.
Yeah, big time.
Like the Jade Behemoth, the Jade Spirit, they're just like, oh shit. Because once they hit that Nourish, they like really struggle to start getting the Jades going.
Yeah.
If you do that, and it's like a defensive minion, you're like, yes. And also, the deck runs Medivh, because that's the thing you do now, and a Solitary free from Amber for the Medivh value. And then, like, the recent trend has been to start putting Mind Control in there as well, just for Medivh.
A little 1-of.
Yeah, it's free from Amber 1-of, Mind Control 1-of, Dragonfire 2-ofs are like the big Medivh activators.
Yeah.
But then obviously you're getting stuff from like Elise packs or stuff you're getting from Crystalline Oracles. There is a lot of value in this deck. And then the last card is kind of like very up in the air. Like some people, Yagurt originally he didn't run Mind Control because this was a few weeks ago. Instead he ran Harrison and Holy Nova. Tice was running Mind Control and Cabal Talon Priest, which I gotta admit I didn't really understand. The version I use is Mind Control and Gluttonous Ooze. It's generally some combination of like a board clear and weapon removal in some way, but that's where the deck kind of it's the only variation in the deck basically. There are 28 cards, 29 sort of if you count Mind Control as like a given now.
Yeah.
So there is one tech card in the deck. I would recommend using
Stonehusk
Gluttonous Ooze or Stonetusk Spore, a fantastic ping for priests in a class that really lacks ping. you really couldn't go wrong with a Stonetusk Spore.
It's a 1 mana thing, not even 2 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so much better than a Hero Power. Why would I just run a deck which was just 30 Stonetusk Spores?
I'd do it if it was allowed, you know?
I mean, it would be hilarious. You just
If they don't have any taunts, I mean, you're eventually gonna win.
Yeah,
That would-
or card. If they don't have any taunts or cards
That
or
would be a
hero power.
That would be a fantastic tavern brawl. No no limits, but only commons. You know.
Yeah. A little bit of
What's-
popper.
what is
sent us
the
for.
best?
Or,
Just
or pick one card and you get 30 copies of it. See who wins.
I'd choose patches.
if the
Play patches.
Oh, God,
so I'm in
patches.
charge.
yeah, so
If
if it was patches, you'd win on turn 5, right?
Well,
Assuming that
it
they
depends if they chose patches as well. Then it'd just be an all-out patches war.
In a patches fight, it would very much just be who went first wins.
Yeah.
Because there's no avoiding the fact that you're going to get 7 patches.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and do our little spew to try to get people to email us because we're waiting on some emails.
Oh, we did have one email. We had an email.
Oh, we did?
Yes,
I missed it.
we had the email last week, but he emailed right before the show started, so he missed it. But our good friend and follower Kai Phillips wanted to let Bobson know that he finished first out of 65 people in a tournament, and I have a really great screenshot of Bobson going 0-3 in the first round of this tournament.
Wow.
And so Kai wants to know, Bobson, what do you have to say about this?
Maybe he should replace you on the show. Wow. Those are results.
What a snake. Yeah.
It's
I
strange.
mean, we need it full size on the screen, really. I mean, otherwise, what's the point?
That'll be our intro.
I'll gladly post the link to the
That'll be our intro for next week.
Yeah, it's going up on the Facebook. It's going up on everything. Everyone needs to know my shame.
Yeah.
I decided to enter this. I was in the midst of my full-on priest mode, and I played a bunch of mages, and I lost all of them.
It happens.
I fucking hate
Not
mage.
everyone can get second place.
It's true, but I mean, what I can take from that is that I obviously would have come second place because I always beat Squirrel.
That is true. That is true.
All right.
I think we need to do.
We need to mention the fact that I beat Squirrel's tier 1 token shaman with Shatter Mage.
Shatter Mage.
Wow.
Shatter Mage.
It was awesome.
Elemental Shatter Mage.
I still feel ashamed. And
Like
have
when
to scrub up
when,
the
when,
game.
when that first Shatter came down, he just went, "What?
What the fuck?
What is happening here?" Like
So,
seriously, though,
propose-
Glacial Shard Shatter is a fucking combo.
I propose a Kai versus Bobson challenge
Live on stream.
live on stream.
I have the technology.
Yes. Next
Oh,
week.
this is fine. I beat him all the time.
Next week, after the show, this is gonna be bonus content for the viewers, and we will have this challenge. If Kai is man enough to accept the challenge, or girl enough. I don't know if he's a girl, or she's a girl, I should say. With a
I
name
think
like
that was the most offensive thing you've ever said. But
with a name like Kai, you don't really know.
You don't see
So-
Kyle on. I know exactly who Kai is. I didn't know it was Kai. I know who that is. They're on the
Just
end.
some dude. Just some dude.
Yeah.
He's our best. He's our number one fan.
Yeah,
so
he's
we
number
have
one
to be
fan.
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks to our number one fan. You can start our fan club page, and we'll be very happy about that. Thank you.
We'll send you autographs.
Yes.
Only if you like our
So
Twitter,
what is-
Facebook, Pinterest, and donate to Patreon.
So are there going to be some special rules for this challenge?
Yes.
What's going to happen?
It's a popper match.
What-
Commons only.
Commons only.
Yes. And you get one legendary. Just one.
Just one.
No. Here's the rule. It's a best of. Let's do a best of 5.
Let's do a best of 17.
Yeah, best of 5. Okay, with one ban, but you have to bring Warlock, and a Warlock cannot be banned.
Wow.
Those are the rules.
All right.
Okay,
And I'll come up with a prize for Kai if he wins. Bobson, you get nothing. You just get your pride.
Yeah.
Or rather, I don't lose my pride.
Yeah, you don't lose your pride.
I don't gain any. This is just like a lose. This is like a lose.
You're representing the
neutral
stream.
situation for me.
Do not let us down.
So with that,
I'll put a frowny face over your face for the next 10 episodes.
So with that, let's wrap this episode up. Listen, for anyone out there, please, send us an email. It adds some fun content to the show. It's Around the Hearth Podcast at gmail.com. We have a Twitter page. We'd love you to follow us there. We have a Facebook page. We broke 100. I think we have 115 likes now. So please like our page.
Please do.
Follow us. Follow us here on Twitch. Tell your family to follow us on Twitch. If they don't have Twitch, make accounts in their name, and then follow us on Twitch and watch on 5 different screens, because we love you like that.
That's not what we do.
No, not at all.
And also, donate to Patreon, please. We need money. We're poor.
Yeah, your money will go to awesome things like keeping SoundCloud alive and graphic design for this something a little bit better than this all black screen you have to stare at.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Also, one of the biggest things I could ask for is going to be iTunes reviews, please.
Yes,
This is how we get viewed the most, is through iTunes, and the more people that give us reviews, the easier it is to find us. So I'm going to check right now and see if we have any new reviews, because we will read them on the air. You can find us at Around the Hearth. Nope, we do not have any new reviews this week. Please leave us a review.
We have a new review on Facebook, actually.
Yes.
How do we?
By a pirate warrior, apparently.
Worst.
So, anyway, thank you very much again for listening. This is Around the Hearth, episode 11. I hope you have a great week in Hearthstone, and we will see you guys next week.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Peace out.